It says it worked, so
Yeah, this is live.
well, I'm sure it'll be a mic that'll tell us that the YouTube isn't working or something.
Probably. Oh, most likely yes. No, my Twitch registered it, so
Okay. Yeah. Clicked on it. I guess I could look on my phone. I'm bad at doing that.
yeah, registered yours too.
Okay. I guess it's working. So.
Yep. Yeah,
Well, I guess we'll do the official brief intro before we get too far along.
That sounds good. We can definitely do a brief intro.
Hi, everybody. This is episode 115 of Live Drawing. Going to be working on Undersea Hero tonight. You guys have seen, you folks have all seen lots of pages, and we're getting towards the final act here of the line art, which is great. I'm excited to hopefully get this off to at least the coloring stage in the next couple of weeks. And with me tonight, I have my friend Alison working on her comic book this evening as well. So thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here as usual. I love hanging out with you. I'm working on my comic, The Last Sentinel, which I'm getting ready to kickstart. I was going to do it this month, but my health said otherwise. So I'm planning on trying to do it at the start of November. So hopefully that will work.
It'll work. And you know, I'll share it and everything once it goes live. And
excellent. I'd love definitely to come by and hang out some night too. So I gotta bug Dave. Oh. But yeah, but yeah, so I'm roughing out the cover right now. I got the background piece of it done because I'm anal and draw that crap first.
Yeah, so did you do that like digitally and then like print that out? So then you'll add, like you drew that on your computer and then now you're doing the characters on the paper?
Yeah, it's kind of a combination of things.
Yeah.
I try to meld things like where is it? So I have some of the pages here that I haven't inked yet. Some of the stuff I'm doing. I have a helicopter flying through a city thing and girl jumping between buildings and then kind of flipping down into this alleyway.
Very cool.
Like this I did primarily digitally because I was not going to redraw that crap. So
yeah. No, a lot of people do work that way where they add, they'll work out. Some people use 3D models. Other people just trace off, what is it, Google Earth?
Google Earth and stuff.
There's all different ways people add their backgrounds that way.
Oh yeah, no, I use a combination of methods. This is not 3D, surprisingly. Because I'm known to use 3D models, but I don't. I use more of what they call gray boxing, which is when they build like a rough scene in 3D, and then I actually just draw all the building details over it.
Okay, so you use it for like the it kind of gets the gridding out of the way for you.
Exactly. I don't. It's like I can do perspective, and after going to the Kubert school for some classes, yeah, I can do some perspective.
Oh, sure.
So yeah,
where you just gotta get it's just labor at a certain point.
Yeah, like I have a couple of buildings down in here that are very roughed in. I have to go and do them. But like like this, I drew the whole thing in and stuff. It's an office, so
yeah, it looks good.
And
you always have the crisp panel borders.
They're actually, if you look kind of closely, they are like weathered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I kind of like the weathered look to them.
I figured it was just my eyes going out on me.
Well, it's also kind of like it's just the way the camera's got it and stuff like that. If I like move it in close, you can probably see it's a bit of a weathering.
Oh yeah.
So I had fun with that.
Yeah, it's a nice shot of the characters walking on that street there. That's a tricky, hard thing to draw.
Oh, it's a pain in the ass. Definitely a pain in the ass. And then I have the start of a fight scene going on here, which oh, and that's a spaceship I was working on for something that didn't happen. That got mixed in. Okay, so but yeah, so that's
That is a spaceship.
that is the last Sentinel. And hopefully everything will be going well with it when I can get it up and running for fully. I've switched from blue line to red.
Oh, there we go. Looks like we lost connection for a second there.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Looks like it's fine now.
Okay. Did all my stuff go through that I was sharing, or?
Yeah, we saw the pages and stuff. Yeah.
All right, cool.
It was literally as you were stacking them up, as you were like, "I'm done."
Oh, okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah, the what was it? I I switched from doing blue line to red, so I think it's kind of gives me a slightly better it's a little bit easier on my eyes.
Yeah, that's kind of how I've explained it to people before, because using colored lead is like kind of unnecessary at this point with all the digital stuff, but it's just a preference.
Yeah. Yeah, I like roughing everything out with that. Then I'll go to I'll give it more like a pencil over it, and then I'll do my inks.
Yeah.
Like when I'm trying to do my pages and all that, I want tighter pencils than what I do for like a rough, like a sketch or something. Oh, that's a train. Oh, we have Special Edgar saying hello.
Did the same thing again. It freaked out for a second.
It might just be something weird with the connections. I can hear you okay. Seeing everything fine.
Okay. I'm hardwired in, so it's not. Hopefully, it's not the. I know it's not Wi-Fi.
Oh, I'm on Wi-Fi, but I pretty much have just about all my other stuff off.
Yeah, it's probably on my end, so don't sweat it.
Yeah, no biggie.
I enjoy drawing the stupid little spongeman head things that sit on their heads, the little creatures.
That is neat.
I'm
really looking forward to that book. So
thank you. It does make for like the easiest cosplay ever, I think.
That's true.
You could just get some sort of big piece of foam with two ping pong balls and a magic marker.
That is perfect. Oh, man.
Picking up anything good lately or reading any new stuff?
The big thing I've been reading lately has been Transformers.
Oh, nice. I'm behind on it, but what I've read I've really liked.
Yeah, that's the only one that I haven't gotten the issue that came out this week, but that's like the only book that I've been like heavily reading. I actually have like all of Skybound's Energon Universe stuff, but I've only really read the Transformer book.
Have you been reading what is it, the one that started it?
Oh, Void Rivals?
Yeah.
I read the first few issues. I liked it. I just haven't really gotten into it. Like, if that makes sense.
Oh, sure. Yeah. The art looked cool. It looked different than your usual like Transformers book, which was appealing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely agreed with that. And it was like completely random that the end of the first issues, you suddenly had Jetfire show up, and you're like, wait a minute, where'd this come from? So I will definitely say that was kind of a welcome surprise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been reading the main Transformers book just because it's fun. I've also been reading Uncanny X-Men a little bit. I've read the first couple of issues so far, but I like Gail Simone, so and it's X-Men.
I read the first one. I thought it was pretty good. I haven't read the second one yet. I haven't been to the store since it came out.
That's fair.
I did catch up on reading. I had a stack of the Sensational She-Hulk book that I had bought and not read yet, and I did read those the other day, and I enjoyed them quite a bit.
Oh, that's good.
Ig Guerra did the interior art, and he did a bunch of like the all ages Avengers stuff back in the day, and is a terrific artist. So like the interior artwork is really good.
Well, that works. He is a good artist.
So and like the two main characters are Jen and then Jack of Hearts.
Oh, so that sounds interesting.
Yeah, and they've kind of been having a thing and figuring out how that is going to happen. And Jen got invited back to being an Avenger again, and there's, not giving away any spoilers, but that is kind of where she's trying to figure out between practicing law and wanting to be an Avenger and how she feels about Jack of Hearts. And I don't know, it's a fun little melodrama.
That sounds good. That sounds very good. What is it? I have the Absolute Batman book coming to me. So I'm kind of looking forward to checking that out because of how different it seems.
Yeah, I mean, it looks ridiculous, but they've got really talented people doing it. So, I usually trust talent over company or IP, or not usually, I always do. But so I'm just, the visual does nothing for me, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be really good.
Yeah, I like the artist, Nick. Was it
Dragotta?
Dakota? Something, I can't remember his last name, but I like his art.
Yeah.
And it's definitely different.
It definitely has a little bit of that Azrael vibe to it. I know that like the 90s nostalgia is kind of like when I think of like 80s nostalgia for the slightly younger folks.
Oh, God, yeah. Yep.
So we're in that portion of the cycle.
Oh, that's definitely true. Yeah, the 90s stuff has been like huge lately. I mean, hell, Rob Liefeld got his Youngbloods back.
Yeah, at least either he has part ownership or he came to some agreement with the guy that used to own it or something. But obviously they want to sell it as like a movie or a TV show, and the only big eye creators that are probably going to put on that these days would be for Rob to get back on it again. I don't know if you ever read the Alan Moore Youngblood, but
yeah, I did. That was weird.
Steve Scroce did the artwork.
I think you're right. That sounds right.
I thought the art was cool. Awesome entertainment back in the day.
Yep.
I have to move my box of tissues from when I was sick so that I have room for my drawing paper.
I can respect that.
Amazing. That was not fun.
No, I can imagine not. You had COVID, didn't you?
Yeah, second time I've had it. I would say that this time it the front end of it was worse, but it went away quicker. That's good. That's how I would describe it. The first time I had it, I felt terrible for like 2 weeks. And like there were days where I didn't get better and days where I did get better. And it was not like like a stair step. I would have a good day and then a bad day. But this time it was more like your traditional sick where, whether it's the flu or whatever, and you just slightly get better as it goes along, like as you would hope your body would react,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Instead of like feeling better one day and being like, oh God, it's worse now.
Yeah.
That was the first time.
When I first got COVID, I've only gotten it once, thankfully. I thought I was having an MS relapse. I ended up in the hospital,
Yeah.
and it turned out I had COVID.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah.
Like I didn't really have the COVID symptoms that much. Like I had a very mild scratchy throat.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Everything that I had was very much like my MS symptoms was on steroids. Like for those who don't know, I walk with I use a rollator to walk around any type of distance or a cane, and I generally don't need one in my apartment. Well, I did if I didn't want to end up on the floor.
That's
So
rough.
yeah, it sucked. Oh, good, you're like me. You write in all your sound effects.
Yeah, for some of the bigger ones, I really like to do it.
Yeah.
And I just think it comes out more how I see it in my head. And, honestly, I have a Helena short story that I've noodled at, and I've just gone to full hand lettering. And I actually think after this Undersea Hero project, like I'll just be lettering on boards. Like I know most people are like, go further into technology because it's easier. I'm like, well, I don't know. I actually found it
Mhm.
faster and easier for me to hand letter, a page. I was able to pencil ink and tone a page in a day and letter it rather than just, penciling and partially inking. Just for me, that flow of work seemed to go better.
I can respect that. I can respect that
It was
completely.
and it was a smaller page. Like I wasn't doing it on 11 by 17. I was doing it basically on like 10 by 14 or little like between 9 by 12, a little bigger than that.
Yeah,
And
the I use that for a lot of stuff as well.
it's
It's
yeah,
like manga size.
it's yeah, it's like an American proportion manga sized.
Yep.
And I could very, very easily see myself working in that direction for a little while because I would love to get back to doing, like not just ink wash, but doing a watercolor story at some point where
Hmm.
the whole story is just painted. And, at this size, it would just, I would die before I, got that story done. It
Yeah,
would take me so long. I didn't
yeah.
like the
That's yeah. I can
placement.
understand that because I mean, when I do 11 by 17 color, it's like if I'm not using a computer, I'm generally using like Copics. So
Yeah. And I was terrible with Copics. So to the point where I
I'm not
gave
the
them all
greatest
away.
person. Hmm.
I'm amazed.
Yeah,
Look,
much
people can
better with
do
color
beautiful.
pencils.
It was a user problem. It was not a tool problem.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get you. I completely get you. I'm not very good with them myself, so I'm much better with colored pencils.
Yeah, I
And
don't know
if I
what it
really
was.
want
Like I
to,
couldn't.
you
I
go.
was saying I didn't know what it was. I couldn't think in the layers that Copics
Hmm.
require. But then in
Yeah, no,
painting,
that's
I can
kind of what
think
I
of
had the problem with.
underpainting in layers.
Yeah,
It's weird.
it's also like opposite of watercolor or something like
Yes.
that. I think. Yeah, because it's like you. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I find it easier
Well,
just to
it's
do
like
watercolor or hmm?
Well, I would agree. Yeah, I would say that it is, and it's like a dry brush, but it doesn't have the texture. Like it has like a smooth smudge
Hmm,
to it, and then trying to layer those
right,
together so that they were like that smooth, flat color, I was not great at. But when with watercolor, I could just or ink wash, I can just throw more water in, and it'll
right,
give me that bigger area that's smoother.
right, exactly. Watercolors is so much easier to work with. That and I found it easier to work with gouache. So
Yeah, yeah. I was never great with gouache either, but it's kind of like that hybrid watercolor of opaque watercolor versus acrylic. I was okay with
yeah,
oils, but like acrylics, like I don't know, for some reason I never got the different gel mediums to do what you want them to do, so that you can get the different translucence levels.
oh, I
I was
completely
terrible.
get it.
I was not good at that either.
One of the reasons I'm decent with it is primarily because I painted miniatures, and that's all done with
Yeah,
acrylic
yeah.
paint.
That and you find that translates.
Yeah, it works between because I get the for some reason like I like watercolor a lot, and then I like I started gravitating towards gouache. I think because of some stuff that Sienkiewicz did years ago with like I don't think it was Electro Assassin, but it was something else he did that he did a lot of painting with. I was pretty sure he did it with gouache, and that's kind of what got me into it. Then there's
Yeah, Electro Assassins was a
Alex Ross.
huge book.
Yeah, that book was great.
Hi, Desiree.
Hey.
Desiree says hello.
Yep. I'm amazed Mikey's not here yet.
He must be busy.
Probably. I had Mikey on my show
Another one of those
last time I was on.
I'll have to check it out. I missed that one. Do you ever find that you actually enjoy working with the one of these pens that has actually a broken tip, so you can get like weird little lines out of it?
Yep, I have a couple of them around that have broken and been like, nope, that just gives way too cool of a line. So
yeah.
I definitely understand that.
And there's like a good way for them to break, but I can't ever get it to break the way I want to when I try to break it. So you have to just break it organically.
Yep, because I know when I've broken it before, they end up in the trash when I've done it on my own.
It's like when you get a good rip in your jeans that you've earned from years of wearing them.
Oh yeah, no, I know that feeling.
Desiree asks, how was Baltimore? Baltimore was terrific. I owe you a message and email. I was able to get one of the things that you wanted, Desiree. Yeah, when I went into the show into Baltimore, I didn't know if it was going to be like a New York or a San Diego or even a Heroes, where like they limit who can like pick stuff up, like who can buy stuff. But Baltimore still, if you even if you have a guest or a vendor badge, you can still buy stuff. So that was good. I was able to pick up the thing. I was able to pick up the thing.
The thing with the doohickey.
Yeah, they had yearbooks, and they're gonna be available on the website soon, is what they told me. So they will have anybody who wanted one of the Tick yearbooks from Baltimore. They'll have them on the website for Baltimore Comic-Con.
Oh, cool.
And I do have a small number of the Baltimore exclusive Ticks left. I don't know. I'm probably not going to make anything available online until I finish Undersea Hero, but we'll figure something out if there's people who are clamoring for one of those.
I'll definitely go for one of those.
It was a hot commodity. They were flipping them while they were still in the building.
I believe it. Was Edlin there?
Yes, Ben was there. He was sitting next to me. He was there for
that's gonna be cool.
It was fun, yeah. He was there 2 hours a day. His line stretched, down the hall and out the door, and basically into the next building. All 3 times we had to like cap the line, and we had to get extra line help from the show, and people were just super excited that because he hadn't done an East Coast show since we were at New York in 2019 together.
I was gonna say he hasn't done one for a while.
Nope, and he even like the year that they canceled the Amazon show, he actually took that year off from San Diego, so he hadn't done a show in some time.
Damn.
Heather Lynn says, "Hiya, how you doing?"
Well,
I'm doing okay. I think Alison's doing pretty well there with her page as well. Her cover.
Yep, doing the cover. I like drawing covers.
What do you like best about drawing covers?
Basically, I like taking something into account that's in the book and then putting it on the cover. Some people just like to do it as like this, splash effect. Yeah. But I actually like taking something from the book and then illustrating it in. Like this is actually a scene that's in the book, so So I basically wanted to do that, but I wanted to be primarily focused on the lead character since it is issue 1. So I figured I'll have a good shot of Danny, which is the character here, and the background alley that she's actually fighting in is from a different portion of the book. So,
see, and I love that you're putting a scene from the book, and that's generally what I like to do too. I mean, sometimes they don't even let you do it because they'll like you'll be told like, "Hey, we need a cover." Then you're like, "What's the book about?" They're like, "We need the cover before the book's done."
yep, yeah, I've definitely seen those. By the way, I'm gonna be I really might need to cash in that cover you owe me. So,
Yeah, if you want one for this, I'd be happy to.
I would love to have one for this.
Where did I put my brush pen? There it is. There it is.
For anyone who's interested, the story is heavily inspired. Well, I shouldn't. It's. I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. It's basically kind of like my variation of a combination of Iron Fist meets Raven. It's kind of how I can describe her abilities. Think of it if I crossed a fighting game with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
See, that sounds cool. And you know how much I've always enjoyed both Vintage Turtles and Power Man and Iron Fist.
Yeah, well, I mean, those are some of my absolute favorite books. I have like the entire burn run of Power Man and Iron Fist.
All the whole Iron Fist 12 issues, and then he did like 3 in the regular series,
Yep.
48, 49, and 50.
Yep, got all those, and I have the first appearance of Iron Fist. I mean, when it comes to my favorite characters, Iron Fist is one of them. So,
What was the first one? Marvel Premiere. What numbers? Iron Fist? I don't
50
remember.
something. I can
Okay.
get it. I have it like right by me. Hang on.
I know Pat Broderick drew like the second appearance. I think the first one was Larry Hama.
I believe you're right.
Probably a Gil Kane cover from that era.
I think you're right on that too.
I don't know. Power Man and Iron Fist was just one of those reliable books that you could get out of like a bargain bin. And it was just like, you had the Kerry Gamble run. You had, the Mark Bright era on the book. You had Christopher Priest. Some of his early writing at Marvel was there. Mary Jo Duffy did some very nice issues. But the
Basically, I got my entire run.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't have the whole run. I have a bunch of them just because over the years it's one, and there's so many of them are like one and dones, which is like a lost art to me.
Yep.
I picked up, what was it, the Marvel 80 something anniversary, and it was another one of those, anthology books, and I was like, oh, this will be all one and done, but it felt like they were trying to lead it into something else. So I don't know. But it had a great Alan Davis Excalibur short in it, so that was worth the price of admission for me.
I can definitely see where that'd be a good one. And maybe I don't know exactly where it is.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's an expensive book.
It is. I don't have that.
That's actually a good copy.
You'll find it as soon as we're done tonight.
Usually how it works. There's like one other place it could be, and I'm not going to go there right now. So,
oh, don't worry. Thanks for looking, though.
No worries. Yeah, no, I have a beat up copy someplace that I know I got from a bargain bin, and a few years ago I treated myself for a Christmas present and got a nice copy of it.
That is nice.
I think I spent
and call me crazy, I did not hate the Iron Fist TV show that was on Netflix. I know it got a lot of hate, but
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the Meacham storyline. I thought that was good.
Yeah, no, I actually liked it. So, And I like the second season too, and I really wish that they went ahead with the third season plans because it looked like it was going to be really good.
Yeah, with all the stuff coming back, who knows what they'll do.
Yeah, I can dream. Just so.
The Power Man and Iron Fist buddy cop show could happen at some point.
That is so what I want. So,
He lives above a movie theater. I mean, come on.
yep. That is one of the reasons why I love Luke Cage. The guy they got to play Luke Cage was also perfect.
Michael Coulter, actually. Yeah, I thought he was
Yes.
good. And back in my working at comic conventions days, I did get to meet him briefly, and he was very polite. So I gotta say,
Well, that works.
I was not in a long car ride or anything with him. It was just a brief green room encounter. But
I was talking to Dave Finch about drawing covers the other day. Because he always says his favorite thing too is to also do something from in the book. Because
he did that very well in the Moon Knight series. I always thought that he incorporated little. It was never like here's a different camera angle of the story. It was like a set piece that he would add little elements to it that I really liked. With he and Charlie Houston doing that series.
Yep, I loved his run on Moon Knight. I have all that too.
I've actually wondered why Charlie Houston hasn't written more comics. I know he's more of a novelist these days, but
that's probably why. He also probably gets more money doing novels.
It's probably true.
What are you doing?
He does like supernatural crime type stuff.
Yeah, I haven't read any of his books. I probably should.
I read a couple of them. One of them was like a vampire detective-y type thing.
Yeah, I'd probably like it. I like urban fantasy stuff.
Yeah, that's a better descriptor than the way I described it.
I was a big fan of Jim Butcher's Dresden Files. I've read most of those.
That's definitely a blind spot for me. I have not read any of those. But I know a lot of people like them.
Yeah, the comics are pretty good too. Oh, I gotta show something off. Hang on. Got me here. Come here. Come on. Here you are. There's.
Oh, it's a kitten. Oh, yeah.
This is my kaiju.
Hi, little fella. Is that the name, Kaiju?
Yep. Well, his whole name is the Grey Moser Kaiju Vader.
Okay. Pretty adorable.
The day I got him, James Earl Jones died.
Yeah.
And he's gray, so the Grey Mouser was a name I was thinking about. And then I was just like, I kind of always wanted to name pet kaiju. So
yeah, Fritz. You got the Fritz Leiber in there. You got
again another one of my favorite characters.
That's a book. I wonder if people even really know about it anymore.
Yeah,
outside of like your hardcores.
No, it's very true. Oh dear God. The video shows nearly 100 raccoons swarm woman's yard, prompting 911 call to Washington. Right then.
If I saw 100 raccoons, I might call 911. Or at the very least, I would shut the window.
Yeah, you definitely do that too. Okay, Kaiju. I'm going back to drawing, so you can go.
Cats are always welcome on the stream.
Oh, definitely. Rocket hasn't been feeling that good, but he's getting better.
What happened to Rocket?
I'm not sure fully what wrong. He ended up in the vet and cost me a shitload of money. If anybody wants to donate to my GoFundMe, feel free to check my Facebook page. I hit my goal, but I'll always take more. So, he
got sick?
Yeah, he did. He was he coughed up some blood.
Oh, jeez.
And ow, you little shit. Drew blood. No, that's what you were trying to do. But yeah, yeah, he was coughing up a bit of blood, so he ended up in a vet emergency room, which, well, it
Always
cost me like
expensive.
$1,000. So then this one had ringworm.
Oh, jeez.
So needless to say, that cost some extra money when I just took him to the vet for a checkup after I got him.
Yeah.
Then he was nice enough to share with me. So I'm on an antifungal as well. And he may have given it to Rocket. Which, if he did, I'm getting an antifungal for him that's a topical, because he doesn't seem to have it as nearly as bad.
Yeah.
So
it's a loving family. Sharing is caring.
sharing is caring. Here, let's go reenact The Last of Us in my apartment. But yeah, he's doing fine though. He's a little destruction on wheels. So
Got the big kitten energy.
oh god, yeah. Anyway, I got him weighed on. I got him reweighed on Monday because they have to adjust his meds to his weight. Thankfully, that doesn't cost any money. And he's up to 2 pounds 12 ounces. When I got him, he was 2 pounds.
Oh, you're feeding him the good food.
Yes, I am. They eat better than I do.
My dad always said that if reincarnation was a thing, he'd want to come back as a house cat. No responsibilities. Not a barn cat. That means you got a job. That means you got to work. No. House cat.
House cat, no responsibilities. You just sit around all day, chase a string every now and then, purr, get petted, and fed.
That's right.
And you poop in a box.
And the people have to clean up after you.
Yep. I said, cats are not pets. They're strange roommates that poop in a box. They're freeloading roommates that poop in a box. So, yeah.
Rocket, it was your turn to take out the trash. Meow.
Yeah, exactly. Then I was in the hospital yesterday for an appointment. Nothing bad or anything, just an appointment. And I hadn't been to this doctor before, so I thought it was in one building. Oh, I was wrong. That led me to have to walk across the entire other side of the hospital. That walking thing I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at it. And to think
they might have had a chair or something for you at the hospital.
Yeah, it can be.
But then you got to find somebody.
Yeah, it's sometimes just easier to hoof it.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I did it. Got my testing done, which everything came back good. But you know, it's one of those things you have to do every couple of years.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was my fun day on yesterday. I got home, went to bed.
I don't blame you. I had to get a few tests myself a couple weeks before Baltimore, and of course, you know, I hadn't quite reached my deductible, so those were basically all out of pocket.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the only things about the health insurance I have. I don't really have deductibles.
Yeah.
I do have them, but I hit them so quick. I basically have one appointment for an infusion, hits my deductible.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Then I have Medicare on top of that, so. It's one of the reasons I'm hyper paranoid about doing this Kickstarter. Is it's like if I make too much money, I could end up losing my benefits.
Well,
So
I
I
mean,
gotta
one thing you could do, and this is one thing I thought about doing for a future one, is have a really low goal and have a cap by basically only offering, like let's say the most you could make in it was, $1,500. We'll only offer $1,500 worth of stuff.
Yep, that's literally what I'm going to do.
Yeah. I would love to if I do. I'm still looking ahead. I don't know how I feel about the Kickstarter process still at this point. I'm still not sold on it for myself, but like I would love in the future to just have it be no other stuff. Here's the book. If you want it, just get the book. And Scarlet Twilight was one that I backed, and it was like my dream Kickstarter. And all it was here's the book. It's got 2 covers. That's it. No art rewards, no nothing.
That is
Just the
basically
book.
what I'm doing
Yeah.
because I can't afford to do anything else. So, but that's kind of what I want.
I don't
So
know.
yeah, no, I completely agree with you.
I feel like I just did too many other things on this one for my liking in the future. Like for just me by myself, one person. It is so much.
Yeah, no, I can completely understand that. Since I'm basically doing this solo, and part of what I want to do is so I can pay my pal Peter to do some inking on the Swords and Sorcery book that I'm going to be doing for my friend's magazine.
Palmiati.
Yep, my partner in crime.
I occasionally cut his streams when he was doing them. He hasn't done them in a little while.
No, he hasn't. He's had problems with internet.
Okay.
He's kind of back though. He was on a stream with me recently, and we've been doing kind of a trying to do it a bit more, but we did a what was it, like a bullpen hangout. I met another artist, Todd. I can't remember his last name. Nice guy though.
Cool.
Might be a writer. Pretty sure he's an artist. Yeah, no, he is an artist. He's an artist writer. Okay. But yeah, I got to hang out with him too, so that was fun. And yeah, so we've been doing that a little bit just to kind of get stuff going.
Yeah.
I like inking, but he's better than me. So
He uses all the old school tools, like he's using the Crow Quill and the Hunt 102 and
yep,
all that kind of stuff.
yeah, that he is. Oh, I got Patrick here. Good evening, Ian and Alley Cat. Father's cousin resigns in Sarasota, Florida. Pretty scary stuff. Flashing rain on the webcam. Looks like a background to some Aquaman issues. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that, Pat. That definitely would scare the crud out of me.
Yeah, no, it is a scary prospect to be dealing with that. I have a couple of friends who are either down there, have evacuated from nearby there, or have family down there. So I don't know. I think the last time we had to deal with anything around here was like Hurricane Bob or Gloria.
Yeah, Bob, we had some problems, so it really wasn't that bad.
Yeah. But it was years ago.
Gloria was nuts.
Yeah.
You're popping a little bit on your audio.
I am?
Yep.
All right, I can try that. Leaving and coming back. Hopefully it doesn't crash the thing.
It shouldn't. I'm here.
I don't know, I'm nervous. Because the new setup, I don't know, this thing is weird. I'm going to see if I can just reset the audio.
Yeah, go for it. And Pat's a friend from Boston Comics Roundtable, LB Lee, has peeps in Tampa too. Oh, that sucks. Tampa's getting slammed.
Is that better?
Yeah, No, you're still popping.
Okay. Guess I'll try the one that. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. It's all me now. I'm taking over. It's the Alley Cat show now. I would show off the kitten again, but I don't know where we went. Which is never a good sign. I hope he is okay. I was only kidding when I said I wanted to take over completely. Mildly kidding. There may have been some seriousness. I'm also going to try to make Boston Comics Roundtable tomorrow. I like hanging out.
Did I make it?
You're back, and you sound better.
Hey, it worked. Yay.
And I don't have to make funny jokes about taking over your stream forever.
Yeah, I always actually considered, like, if somebody wanted to do other just live drawing streams, that, you know, that would be like the network.
Yep. It's one of the reasons why I'm part of the Indie Comics Network.
Yeah.
Webcam froze, another one from Margaritaville Beach. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Beach Resort in Fort Myers. Jimmy Buffett sure loves the crowds at Fenway. Fair. I remember that was like the biggest thing to do at the end of summer was to see Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah. My time in a resort community led to me having to hear far more Jimmy Buffett than I ever wished to hear in my lifetime.
I can respect that. I don't think I've never had the urge to go see him.
No.
It's not really my kind of music.
You're not a yacht rock aficionado?
I don't even know what that is, so no.
It's rock that you listen to on a yacht.
I had a feeling it was something that direct and stupid, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's never been my kind of music.
It is almost 9 o'clock. Still doing okay, though. I was tired when I got home today.
I can respect that. I'm tired like all the time, so I completely understand that.
Just one of those where it's like, I'm just going to eat dinner and then space out and put a movie on and sketch on the couch. But
that's basically what I was doing before coming on for about an hour or so. I actually threw the TMNT cartoon on from 2007, I think.
I always liked that one. I did.
Me
yeah.
too. I like the way they did the Foot Clan in it.
And I was looking for that Bible you were asking for. I think it's on an old hard drive, an old either flash drive or external. I just got to find it.
Not fair. I went looking around online to see if I could find it. I found some of the stuff format, but I just remember you said you had it, and I was like, I really want to check that out.
Yeah, I have it somewhere. I don't know exactly where. I know it's on like I said, either an external or a USB. It's on one of the older ones because it was from when I did those couple of covers like 10 years ago now.
Yeah, they were a while ago.
But I don't know. I always thought the designs on that thing were genius because, like, genius is the wrong word. They are supremely clever because they created all these ways to hide, like, flaws of lesser artists. Like, they put the bandages on certain places. They made the pads very simple geometric shapes.
Mm.
So, like, when you drew the knee pads, all you had to do, instead of knowing how to draw the knee, is you had to just draw three um, hexagonal boxes
Oh.
that had a joint together, and that was the whole idea of the pads on the knees and the elbow, rather than having them be kind of like curvaceous and like bendy like the original ones.
Yeah,
They made them hard shapes so that you could define that space easier with fewer lines.
that's actually kind of cool.
It is like the design work on it is just so good.
Hmm.
And you look at it and you look at that stuff, like when I was a younger artist, like some of that stuff didn't resonate as well with me, but like now when I look at it and I see how they decided to answer like those visual problems, like what do we do when we have to hire some schmuck like me back then, because I was not equipped to do that stuff when I was doing that early on. It was like it made it easier to make a lesser artist like myself at the time look better because they were designed so well.
Yeah, no, I like the design of that series a lot. So, damn, that's kind of cool. We have Martha with the hey, how are y'all? I'm doing pretty good, Martha. Hopefully you're doing well.
Hey, Martha.
And Patrick's, I got a new cat for a roommate since Sunday. Jasper resided in Wilbraham, Mass. Friend of a friend had her hands full, plus Jess never got along with the family's OG cat. Oh, that would be Rick and Jen. They had Jasper Castor, or as Jen referred to him as JFC. Jasper, figure out what the F means. Casper.
Obviously, it's friendly.
Really friendly.
Casper friendly Jasper.
Yes.
That must be. That's the only thing it could ever be.
Thing it could definitely be.
That's when we need to have Jay on just to be like, dude, it means this.
That's true. We need Jay for that, the direct approach.
We call that Jaying it up.
Yeah. Well, being excited about Archie comics.
Oh. You start talking about, what's going on at the soda fountain, he gets very into it.
Oh, very much so.
What do you mean they're going to close down Pops?
Oh, God.
See, Jay and I want to do a duo podcast. We just got to, or like video cast like we do here, but we just have to figure out like the right platform, because we just know that, Jay has difficulty keeping it PG, shall we say.
Yeah, I don't know where that would come from. Why you would have a problem like that. I mean, granted, if you are monetized, you just have to get through the first 15 minutes. Then you're good.
I am not, so. See, but also if we did just YouTube, I know we could set the age restriction. So like if we just did like an after hours YouTube show.
Yeah, you could do that, and that would be fine. Also, one of the things about I said YouTube is it's 15 minutes is what you got to get through. What the hell? I'll call you back later. Live streaming, go away.
They decided to have your D&D night at the last second.
Yeah. It's like, hey, you're running. No, I'm not. Go away.
Alison, we need you at the shop. Stat.
I've gotten that call. Luckily, they pay me. Not enough, but they pay me.
At some point, you were doing character designs for different D&D players.
Yeah, I still do.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I actually got a commission I gotta finish up that I upgraded because I basically was it's like taking me forever to do it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm doing it a lot bigger. Also, he's one of my kids that plays in my Sunday game, which is like a beginner's D&D game.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of going all out for him because I like him.
Well, and you want them to be into it, being
Yeah.
new players.
Yeah, he's really into it. I think he's been when I say he's a kid, he's like 17.
Okay.
No, I don't even think he's that old. No, he's like 14 or 15. Yeah. He's like a sophomore in high school. So maybe turning 16? I don't know.
I have no memory of that portion of high school as far as like how the heck old I was.
All I remember back then when I was in school at his age, I was wearing a school uniform. So
Yeah. We didn't have uniforms. It was sophomore year of high school. When the heck was that? So if I graduated high school in 03, that was like what, 2000?
yeah, probably around there.
04? I graduated 04. So
04?
yeah.
Yeah.
So 2001.
Yeah, probably about that.
Yeah.
God, I graduated in 95? I'm old.
Seasoned. We're seasoned.
Yeah, we're seasoned. That's the way we'll put it. We're seasoned.
That's right.
My sister graduated in 2000, I believe.
Oh, so she's the same age as my brother.
Yeah. Yeah, she was born in 82.
Yeah.
I was born in 76.
Desiree says undersea hero at night. Pat says affirmative when we were probably talking about Jay not being able to keep it PG.
Most likely, yeah.
Or PG-13. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's part of the charm of it, and that's part of why people find our back and forth at shows our repartee entertaining, I think.
Probably. I would say that's definitely has something to do with it.
Come on, Jay's the life of parties he's not even at.
That's very true. Now we have Kamos Designs saying, hey, hello, how are you? I'm doing. Definitely doing.
Hello, Designs.
Yeah. And Martha's, I have a couple of ferals in my area. I've been trapping them and getting them fixed. That is good.
Hey,
I applaud you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to, a couple of months, I'm gonna have to get Kaiju fixed. The last thing I need is him spraying around the house.
No, do not need that.
No. That's a hell no.
Bruce was a little older when we got him, so he came with that already taken care of.
That is handy.
Yeah. We think he was 3. So still pretty young. Just
yeah.
Not a kitten.
No, he's pretty much just out of the kitten phase. Still acts like one from time to time, though, I bet.
He'll get the zoomies, yeah. And he'll announce his presence when he comes into a room sometimes, just for the sake of. He's actually gotten chattier since he's gotten real fully comfortable and acclimated and stuff. So he was quieter before.
Yeah, Rocket's a talker. He's always been a talker. Kaiju is a squeaker.
The little kitten.
Yeah, he doesn't quite have a meow yet. He has a squeak. Except for that time I stepped on him. I felt bad about that, though.
Did you just clip the tail?
I think I got his foot.
Oh, okay. The one thing that Bruce does that he's bad at is he will we have a little table that we use as kind of like a makeshift dining room table, and he will lay right on the edge, and when he gets excited he rolls over and falls off.
Oh, that's awesome.
And when we see him close to the edge, we'll just grab him and scoot his butt over so that he doesn't fall over. But for a while he was falling off pretty regularly. Just say, "Oh, Brucey."
That's awesome.
what this is. I was a poor kid who worked fast food during high school, but managed to graduate a semester early. Well, good for you.
Oh, that's awesome. I also worked fast food in high school.
I got summer jobs, and they were all over the place. But I did not work during school because I was doing sports and all kinds of stuff, and trying to do some homework.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I did play sports in high school too.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I did soccer.
Yeah, soccer.
Soccer, a bit of basketball. For some reason I couldn't avoid basketball. I don't know why. I'm only like 6 feet tall.
And you got tall young, so it was like all the coaches were like, "Hey, now."
That's really what happened. And I had the soccer thing was hilarious because I switched schools at one point, and I was walking the hallways of the other school I was in, and I was just kind of thinking to myself, and this random guy just stopped me in the hall near like the office. He's like, "You're the one who wears those sunglasses when playing for Sacred Heart," and I'm like, No, the transition lenses. And he's like, "You're gonna play for us this fall, right?" And I'm like, he's like, "We need a goalie," and I'm like, "I guess I am."
Then the next coach came and was like, "Can you rebound? Can you rebound?"
Well, my it's funny because I played goalie and halfback were my two positions that I gravitated towards. Usually I was a goalie though. Time for me to pace around the house for a few hours watching baseball playoffs. Good night. The sketches look great. Thank you very much, Desiree.
Thanks, Desiree. Enjoy the playoffs. Is it the Mets tonight or the Dodgers? What's going on? I don't know what game is tonight.
I'm not sure which one's tonight. I know the Red Sox pretty much aren't worth mentioning.
No, they were eliminated some time ago.
That's what I thought.
But thankfully, hockey season began yesterday.
Yeah,
so.
And the Bruins got beaten.
They did, but they should be.
6-4, I think.
Yeah, they should be pretty good this year.
Yeah, no, I think they'll be good.
I don't know if they're cup contenders, but I fully expect them to be good enough to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping is that they have a better playoff performance than what they had last year.
Yeah, build on last year because they won a round last year. So if they could get to, win 2 rounds, that would be a heck of a season.
That would be good by me. That would be a good start. But yes, I'm very happy hockey season has begun. Oh, Martha's this little guy I caught is blind in both eyes and has a broken toe. Should heal up by January. Well, that's bad. That's too bad. Hope they're okay. Yeah, I was worried that I broke something on the kitten when I stepped on him, but he seems fine. So
resilient little fellow.
Yeah, he hasn't tried to get under my feet again. And I have not shown him The Empire Strikes Back yet, so I should be good for a little while.
There's time. There's time.
Yep. Rocket was looking at my laser discs the other day. I gotta show you these.
Laser disc.
Oh yeah, I have all the original Star Wars on Laserdisc.
Laserdisc.
And I also have all the Indiana Jones movies on Laserdisc.
That was a format I never committed to. What made you go full Laserdisc? Just the gigantic CD of it?
They were basically, I did it because they had extra features before DVDs did.
Okay.
And one of the reasons I went with it was, Patrick says, "Good night, Alley Cat, rooting for the Padres myself." Sounds good.
All right. See you, Pat.
Good night, Pat.
Thanks for popping in.
Yeah. The, what was it? one of the other films I have is the original Nightmare on Elm Street. And it has a bunch of the edited scenes on it. Like this huge thing. Like they filmed like 9 different endings for that movie. And it has like all of them on it.
And that makes perfect sense because that was something that I know that I liked as found on DVDs. I don't know. They just Laserdiscs just weren't as accessible. They just weren't as around, at least where I was.
Yeah, they're also stupid expensive.
Yeah.
But I got all the Star Wars ones, and I'm kind of happy about that because they're really high quality transfers of the original versions of the films.
See, and I haven't seen the original version since probably high school because we had them on VHS, but I have not seen the non-special edition version in a long time.
Every couple of years, I watch it. Also, probiotics and kaolin pectin in case they get loose stools. Damn. Yeah, you're super into this, which is awesome. Martha, you are a good person.
Do you work with like a shelter or something? I know that there's one of those in the town here where they trap cats and they take care of them and they try to house them, or if they're strays, they relocate them.
Yeah, no, I know there's a bunch of places like that, but yeah, that's cool. No, I wish I could do stuff like that. I have no energy. So I draw comics, which takes all my energy.
Yeah. This panel here is when we finally pay off the fact that the Spongemen don't have scuba tanks. They just have snorkels. So after they hold their breath and try to fight for a little while, they got to swim back to the surface.
Oh, that's awesome.
Catch their breath.
That's so good. Oh, that's great.
And basically Undersea Hero's like, you still haven't bought them scuba tanks? And he's like, do you know how expensive it is?
And then there's the training.
And then they just die. And you can't get the scuba tanks back.
That's so good. Oh, I love it.
I don't have the thumbnail with me, but I forget what they're talking about here. And it's just a regular, like, at work type conversation.
Oh, it's so good.
And then this is him punching his own ship because the kill force, the krill force wouldn't work at the first push of the button. So this is actually like the little delay, and they have a little melee with the Spongemen, which are the lackeys of the Coralator. And then after he whacks this, I'm terrified of the 2-page spread of krill force coming out of the ship, because it's just like a 2-page spread of just tons and tons of little heavily armed shrimp coming at the viewer.
Oh, that's so good.
So it's going to be a very tedious spread. That one's going to be more than a couple of days to just pencil.
Yeah, no, I can definitely understand that.
But I felt like it had to be a big visual, because like not only does it have like this lead up, because it's one of the first jokes in the book, but then when you think you're going to get it, I have a delay scene. So like, he's like, unleash krill force, and then he presses the button and then it doesn't work. So when he finally gets it to work, I felt like it had to have some extra punch to it. So that's why it's going to be a 2-pager.
Oh, that definitely works. But yeah, I feel for you on doing that one.
The only thing that helps me is that it's like, once I kind of get the basic grid down, it's all organic shapes, so I can just kind of fudge it.
Yeah, that does make it easier.
It's not like I'm drawing, scaffolding, from front to back or something.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that. And
yeah, one of the pages you showed us had like scaffolding of them walking down the alleyway, I think. I mean, it's a good way to show perspective, but it is very tedious.
Yeah, this right here, because I have her jumping in between, and I have my sound effect. Jump. It's like, and then she's flipping down in between and landing at the bottom down here. And
honestly,
making a pain.
making up sound effects is one of the delights of comic making. So
Yep. And I definitely took some notes from the Tick years ago, where he had like his sound effects were just like the blatant comments basically on what was going on, like
oh yeah, very literal.
yeah, like Chairface Chippendale when he was like using his remote control, it said control remotely, and I could not stop laughing when I saw that.
Classics.
Yeah.
We did one in Borneo Reborn where the Tick is riding on the back of a pterodactyl, and then an airplane comes up and he gets hit in the face with it, and then the sound effect is just airplaned.
It's like in what was it Enter the Spider-Verse, when they're escaping from that the Dr. Octopus's lair.
Yeah.
And he tosses the bagel over his head and it clunks the guy on the head. It says bagel.
Yeah.
Sound
Yeah.
effect. Need to clean my old VHS. They got real mildewed. Yeah, that can definitely happen. There's a place in town I take the strays to. It takes a lot of money, pretty much my entertainment budget. Well, you're doing a good thing.
Yep, yeah, you're doing a very good thing. I think the only VHS I've seen is I watch Tubi pretty regularly because they have a lot of cult stuff on there.
Yes, they do.
Some of those look like they were like VHS rips.
Yep, I would definitely agree with that. Yeah, they got some good stuff on Tubi. I like Tubi.
And it's free.
That's the other great thing about Tubi.
You sign up for it and you can, just like, I think the interface is pretty good. You can have your watch list.
Yeah, no, it's very good. It's very easy to use, and I like
some of the other free ones are very difficult to use.
Yeah, Pluto can be a bit of a pain in the ass, but at least you can get TV with Pluto.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a fan of the freebie stuff. I have a comped account of Disney Plus, so that's kind of cool.
I've never had Disney Plus, so I've actually never seen any of the new stuff that they've done for any of the MCU.
Some of it's fun. I haven't watched Agatha yet.
Haven't seen that. I would watch She-Hulk. I heard that. What was the other one that I heard that was good? Was it Winter Soldier?
Yeah, the Falcon and Winter Soldier. That was fun. She-Hulk was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And the fact they had Daredevil in it, the Daredevil sequence in that was amazing.
I bet.
Yeah, that was so good. Your dude killed a Doctor Who Dalek and used him for a wristwatch. I guess the bones kind of look a bit like a Dalek. I guess. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are like little bits of soft and hard coral kind of linked together like staghorn coral.
That's cool.
Because he's the correlator.
Yeah, the correlator. I love that name.
It gives me an easy out for like anytime I can. There's a lot of things I can do with him when I write myself into a corner. He can just be like, "Not now. I'm sorting. I'm correlating.
I'm correlating." That is good. I love that. It is stupid and good. I love it. Granted, Undersea Hero is like everything you love about Aquaman done with the Tick. So
that's not a bad description, I would say. But I think we're gonna wrap up for the evening here, if you don't mind.
Oh man, it's your show. I had an absolute blast as usual.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. And Allison's new Kickstarter, I'm sure she'll post up like crazy, and I'll share it.
On my YouTube page, I do have a coming soon stream set up. My friend Lori's going to host for me while I talk about everything. And I'll be doing, it will be from this book, which is The Last Sentinel, which is a fighting game meets Ninja Turtles. It's kind of the way I've described it.
Classic. What's that stream going to be?
Be on November 1st, and it'll be on my Alison McGlone YouTube channel, along with the Indie Comics Network and a few other places.
All right.
But yeah, we'll definitely be there.
So I hope we can all be there. And thanks everybody, and hope to see you next week. Good night.
Night.